Hello everybody, my name is Richard Harding. I'm here from the Juju UI engineering team to show you some interesting new features coming out in the new Juju GUI. In particular, we think these features will help you organize and manage your cloud deployments much better and nicer, and we hope you guys are looking forward to it. So to start off with, I want to show you and demonstrate this on a very cool platform on the Orange Box. The Orange Box is a 10-node basically cluster that we've put together for demonstration purposes. And you can see here I've got Maz operating and managing and bootstrapping my Orange Box. And I have currently set up 8 of the 10 nodes in it. With those 8 nodes, I have done a standard demonstration OpenStack install. So here you go, one box, one cloud. And this is what it looks like. You might recognize this. This is the Juju GUI currently showing you the OpenStack deployment. And this is our current UI, what we call the services view. And this is really useful because you can see how components relate and work together. It's a really nice visualization, we feel, because it allows you to kind of break away from the hardware that you're actually putting the stuff on. We want you to be able to take this from cloud to cloud to cloud and recognize this is an OpenStack deployment. And there's no underlying infrastructure really exposed here. However, we find that there are definitely times where that would be helpful. And so toward that end, we've developed what we call the machine view. And right off the bat, you get a nice clean view of what's actually deployed and where it's at. Now, you can see here I've basically got each machine numbered, and every service that you see in every unit of that service, which means some of the services might have multiple instances across various nodes on this Orange Box. And you can see exactly where it's at and how it's co-located next to other services. So for instance, let's go grab this machine number 3, and we can see here that there's a Ceph unit and a Nova Compute unit, both installed, co-located together onto this node. Now, this is great that we can see the machines. It's great that we can actually see into each machine and see what's on it. The machine view supports looking down at the container level, so we could actually go so far as on this machine, let's add a container and let's create an LXC container here. And we could actually add and put more workload on this machine with our machine view. Something to note and kind of interesting here is we've got this blue circle indicator. The blue circle indicates that this change that you've requested to your environment is not yet committed. It is in an uncommitted state. And note, we get a little helpful onboarding that we need to commit our changes before they take effect. So let's go ahead and acknowledge that and say, all right, we get the picture. And this leads me down into our new deployer bar. The deployer bar is where all of our changes are staged and stacked as we work on what changes we would like to make to our environment. And it allows us to stack up a bunch of changes, tweak them, maybe even reset some of them, clear them all. Hey, this isn't something I want to do after all. And then deploy them in one fell swoop out to the environment. So that's great that I can create that container. I don't want to do that right now, though. So notice that our changes have reset and our deployment bar is grayed back out because we have nothing to actually commit. But let's do something interesting. This is great that we can do this, but let's put it to work. One of the things we may want to do is to actually go through and scale up our compute nodes. Right now we currently have 3 compute nodes, and if I add 2 more, I have the option to auto-place them, in which case it'll do what Juju always used to do, is it would create a new machine for you and would place that unit on it, and we'd be ready to go. However, I also have the option now to manually place these. And if I'd like to manually place them, I can do a few different things. So let's just manually place this 3rd unit, and I'm going to drag it up to this create new machine. Notice the header here. And this allows me to specify any kind of constraints I may want to use. So if I'm on EC2, I want to make sure that the machine that I put this on has enough CPU power to really run my compute nodes. In this case, all the nodes are the same, so I'm just going to go with the defaults and let that go. Now if we go down our machine list, we can see we have a new machine ready to go with our service, the Nova Compute 3, put on the root container. So that's great. Let's actually go ahead and remove the other one, and let's go ahead and deploy this change. Now this is going to take a little bit to run, and while it runs we'll play around some more with machine view. So I confirm that change, and in a second I've got another machine, and this is going to go and work. Let's go to the service view, and if we look at our Nova Compute service, we can see the little bit of yellow there, and let's actually investigate this thing. And here we can see that we have 3 running units of Nova Compute, and we have 1 pending unit. And as that comes up, it will allow us to scale up. For now, while that operates, let's go back to machine view and have some more fun. Because what I want to show you is how you can actually just create a bare machine, and let's put some stuff on it. Now that's great that we can put stuff on the root container, but let's create a couple of LXC containers instead. Now, I admit this is not anything in particular that is useful at the moment, but let's go find a service. What should we put on that? How about Elasticsearch? Why don't we take our Elasticsearch charm and drop it in here, and go back to our machine view, and I'm going to hide my sidebar to give me a little more working space here. Now, this is great. I've got Elasticsearch here. I'm going to drop it onto an LXC container, and now that I've got one of them on here, I actually have the ability to say I want 2 more, and let me put Elasticsearch on each of these LXC containers. And now what's really interesting is we can go look at our list of changes, and we can see that machines have been added, the containers have been added, the Elasticsearch service has been added, as well as a unit onto each of those. If I go down and go to commit my changes, it'll let me know in a summary view what it's doing. 1 new service, 3 new units on 1 new machine. And I can go through and confirm that. And now this is going to work to bring up 3 new Elasticsearch units, all on 1 piece of hardware, each isolated into its own LXC container. Now, just to note, this works really well on MAS and on this orange box. There's work ongoing to help make sure that we can do this kind of containerization nicely in EC2, and you should see that as an upcoming Juju feature. So let's go see how we're doing with our Nova Compute node. Okay, look at that. Our Nova Compute unit is up. We have now 4 running units. And then let's just go ahead and go to our OpenStack dashboard and verify that we have 4 virtual CPUs. We have 4 different units all deployed and ready to go. And that's just a taste of how you can use machine view to do really cool and interesting management of your cloud deployments. So please try out our new machine view, give it a shot, put it to use, and let us know if you find any issues. But we're hoping that this will be an exciting new feature for the Juju GUI. Thank you very much.